The man discovered by chance that a beautiful woman in a vegetative state was living in his uncle's house. Upon seeing her for the first time, he was completely stunned. It was his former private tutor, who had disappeared 5 years ago. His parents had hired her to help him improve his studies, and she had accompanied him through many unforgettable nights. To motivate him, she had promised a great reward if he managed a place in the top 10 of his class. The young man worked incredibly hard and finally succeeded. But just as he was about to seek her out for his promised reward, she was involved in a traffic accident and vanished without a trace. For 5 years, he believed she had died, until that day, when he visited his uncle with his parents and saw, with his own eyes, a stranger handing his uncle money, mentioning he wanted to try his luck again next time. Curious, the young man went to the room where they had gathered and found his old tutor lying unconscious in a bed. When he questioned his uncle, he claimed she was a distant relative who had been in a vegetative state since an accident 5 years earlier, and that he had kindly taken her into care for her. No one suspected anything until the young man, just as he was about to leave, saw the woman's hand move slightly. When he pointed it out, the uncle dismissed it and pushed him out of the room. That night, the young man couldn't sleep. He stepped into the hallway to clear his mind and saw his uncle welcoming several strange men into the house. Inside, the men were arguing over the price, complaining that a comatose woman wasn't worth so much. Smirking, the uncle said they wouldn't find anyone like her anywhere else. Convinced, the men followed him into the room. Alarmed at what might happen, the young man rushed downstairs to stop them, but his uncle slammed the door shut before he could speak. His aunt, hearing the commotion, came out and claimed the men were doctors performing acupuncture and massage therapy on the woman. But the young man didn't believe her. He then decided to hide upstairs and secretly listen to the conversation between his aunt and uncle. That's how he learned they already suspected he knew the truth. The young man panicked. The next day, he asked a friend to get him a micro camera. He then spiked his aunt's water with sleeping pills. When she fell asleep, he took her keys and opened the forbidden door. What he saw inside left him speechless. The woman lay motionless, still as beautiful as ever, but completely vulnerable. For a moment, his mind nearly betrayed him, but just then, his uncle's voice echoed from the hallway. Quickly, the young man hid the camera inside the air conditioner. After pretending to inspect the room, he exited just as his uncle appeared. His uncle, seeing him, calmed down but sternly warned him never to enter again without permission. That night, as the young man was about to sleep, he heard screams from downstairs. It was his aunt shouting that his uncle must not go into the room again. But he ignored her and carried a bucket of water straight to the room. Alarmed, the young man turned on the camera to see what was happening, and when he saw his uncle's movements inside the room, his eyes filled with rage, just as his aunt opened the door to his bedroom.